Chubb with the Houston Texans. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Now to return, this is David Johnson. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Watson. And incomplete to open things up.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Watson off play action. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That was Jordan Poyer, the safety, in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. A solid stiff arm. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. He's got a man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards.
First down, Texans.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. They've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Carlos Basham. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Faking the give. Now Watson. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Sliding out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Allen's throw here pulled in by Beasley. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Allen now on first down. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make this a second down. To the air, Allen. Then he's got his man here, Beasley. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the run, watch the run.
Allen to throw once more. He'll go right back to Beasley. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And, this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the second straight play. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. To throw, it's Allen. Touchdown, Bills! Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Bills have taken the early lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson, and that's complete to Cooks. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
I thought that Brandon Cooks took over the #1 role for the Texans after DeAndre Hopkins was shipped to Arizona. And he wound up with a team-leading 81 catches in 2020, his most since 2015.
From the 50, it's Watson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To the air yet again, Watson. Man open, here is Jones. Touchdown, Houston. Ronald Jones, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. From the gun, it's Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
We all saw the talent, the big plays in Minnesota, but Stephon Diggs really elevated his game in Buffalo last year. Led the NFL in catches with 127. There's another one right there.
Throwing on first down is Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he's brought down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. On the give, this is Singletary. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. And his throw here is incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Operating from the red zone now, Allen. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Escaping the pressure. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. after the touchdown pass to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Ed Oliver gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Watson flush to his right. That's caught by Sims. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is caught. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there for Houston. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot. And he still dropped it right on the money, too.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Throw left side complete. That's Tate. Touchdown, Texans. Golden Tate. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Allen hit. He lost the football. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. On play action, Allen going deep for Diggs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Allen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. They'll roll him out right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Throwing again on second down. Allen. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Allen. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Watson off play action. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Watson. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
On 1st down, Singletary, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Eight yards to go on 2nd down. To the air, Allen. Flushed out right. And this is incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Throwing now is Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give, Singletary right side. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That is Bruce Irvin using that speed to get in there and blow the play up. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Allen. Working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. And again, it's Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll get nothing out of that one. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play that time on the catch and run.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Ed Oliver able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 33.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. We're in the third quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Here's Allen. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
13 yards on the play. That's good. 4 plays. First down. 4-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Touchdown! Dawson Knox, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills have broken the tie. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they take him down. The Bills get to it. Gregory Rousseau in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. And he finds Beasley complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The left side caught by Diggs. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. To throw, it's Allen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Texans are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And they can't bring him down. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw caught by Sanders. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he doesn't, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Allen to throw once more. Dancing to his left, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, an 8-yard touchdown run, and the Bills have retaken the lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Allen will try to throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Able to find Jones. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be a 2nd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Watson to throw. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. Breaks the tackle, now Allen. Oh, what a juke into space. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. So that punctuates the comeback. They just came roaring from behind here in the fourth quarter to grab the lead.
And they decided, forget jabbing, forget setting them up. Just throw the haymaker, and let's get this thing done. That's exactly what just happened.
Now they'll try to preserve that lead with a little time still on the clock.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Wall, get wall. Check 1, 3. Who do you want, who do you want, who do you want?
And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the fourth. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Allen. He gets this complete to Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Now Allen. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game. That's now 3 turnovers in this second half. Very costly. And earlier in the half, Charles, when I asked you for your keys to the second half, you said, hey, maybe trite, but it's going to be turnovers. That's been the story.
It certainly has, but I didn't expect it to be this much of the story. I mean, when you're getting up to 3, you're really putting your team in jeopardy.
A nice run there by Jones on 1st down as he'll wind up getting about 5. So 2nd and 5 coming up. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Watson now to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Here's Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing is Allen. Going for it all. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to be caught. It's caught. And they've won the football game.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. So